What's your name?
I'm Hillary.
And we're at?
We're at UPenn right now. At Steiny D, it's one of the Wharton buildings on campus.
Which year are you in?
I'm a sophomore, so year 2.
What's your major or minor?
I'm studying psychology and possibly computer science as well.
How many universities do you actually apply for?
I applied to 7 in the US and 4 in the UK, and 3 in Singapore.
Why Penn?
Honestly, when I was just deciding on why to come to Penn, it was mostly because of all the US schools that I got into, Penn was the best one. And so I came here, and honestly, I don't regret it because the culture here, like the work hard, play hard culture, the abundance of opportunities and everything, it's been really, really good.
Do you have any other tips for prospective students?
I think it's very cliche, but really start early on your essays and applications as much as you can, as well as reach out to people whom are already in those schools or applied to before and got in, because it will really help. They can help to look through your essays as well as the application that you're putting in to make sure that you are, hitting certain spots that will make you seem as a more unique individual, which is what the US schools are looking for.
What are 2 things that you love about Penn?
I think you'll always hear this, but I think it's the people over here. They are very much more open. Since coming here, I've become less afraid of judgment, so I would say the people is certainly one of the best things at Penn. I think another thing is the culture of like work hard, play hard, where everyone lives like the best life that they can have, of both academically, pre-professionally, as well as socially. So like you have people working very hard so that at night they can go out and have fun, or so that on their breaks they can go and travel, and that is a really good balance to have.
What are 2 things that you don't really like about Penn?
It's like first world problems, but the 2 things is probably like the pre-professionalism. It's a good thing. I would say like that's like my 3rd thing that I like the most about Penn, but at the same time it can be very overwhelming and pressurizing because of how pre-professional it is. I guess a second thing that I don't like, it's not really a Penn thing, but the weather here in winter, it can be really, really gloomy and like cold, and that just causes the entire vibe on campus to be very down, and that can be quite like impacting on your individual like mood and everything as well.
How is it like studying in the US as a Singaporean student?
I think it's been very liberating because you are away from a lot of the traditional and like conservative values that we have in Singapore society. So it allows you to explore a lot more about yourself, about the world. And of course, being able to travel the US during your breaks and everything has been very fun as well. But I would say that there are certain culture shocks. So for instance, like on my first week of campus, there was like a huge protest. And my first reaction was, why are the police that are standing around not doing anything? But over here, the culture is that, it's freedom of speech. The police can't step in until there's actual violence involved, which was why they just stood around and made sure that, in case of anything that was going to happen, they would be able to step in time.
Are you self-funded or on a scholarship?
I'm currently on a scholarship. So I'm under Singapore Airlines scholarship, and I chose to apply because firstly, it's a private company, a private global company, and because I knew I wanted to go overseas for the global exposure, I hoped that I would be able to apply and use like the global exposure that I had in my job as well, which was why like a company that I would be dealing with global issues was something that I was looking for, and Singapore Airlines was one of them that hit the button. And then when I was going through the interview process and everything, it was very smooth sailing in the sense of the communication between the company and me was very efficient. It was very smooth. During the interviews, you felt respected as an individual, you felt valued as an individual, and so that was why I decided on Singapore Airlines scholarship.
Any last words?
All the best for your applications, and no matter where you end up, it will be a good thing for you.